Today's Toy Spot, we are having a look at the DC Comics Multiverse, Batman The Dark Knight Returns, Armored Batman. Batman taken from the trade paperback, The Dark Knight Returns, also features the head and underoos for New 52 Doomsday, which I actually needed in the last review. Egg all over my face because I tried to put the leg on. Sure enough, I didn't have the underoos. No underoos. We have underoos now in Batman. Side of the box, this is Canadian packaging, so there's no read up. It says just the Batman Dark Knight Returns. Then in the back of the package, shows you what Doomsday will look like when we get everything put together. We have already looked at Prison Lex Luthor and TV show Supergirl, but the other figures are Armored Batman, Robin, Mutant Leader, and Superman Doomed. To check out more from the folks over at Mattel, head over to www.mattel.com. It's as easy as that. Spot's going to take a break. That's also easy. And when we come back, we're going to get a better look at the Batman Armored Batman figure, which also is very easy. Well, easy for you because you'll be looking at the review. Harder for me because I'll be shooting the review. But one will have it easier, one will have it harder. It's pretty easy to find out which one will be that harder part. That's me. It's this guy. Needless to say, Spot's going to take a break. I'm going to get this opened up, and when we come back, we're going to get a better look at the Armored Batman from the New 52 Doomsday Wave. Some more heading away, guys. Don't go anywhere. All right. Let's have a look at Batman here. We have to do a little bit of construction, of course, because when last we left this Cape Crusader, or this Crusader of toys and collectibles, we only had this. And we had this to work with. That's all we had. Spot reviewed this piece from Supergirl without realizing I needed the lower underoos. That's why we're having a look at Batman next. I kind of really wished I could have waited to have Batman near the end, but by virtue of the fact that Doomsday does come with this, well, he comes with the lower underoos for Doomsday, we kind of have to do him next. Kind of, sort of have to. So we're going to go ahead and put the torso in place. Then we can go ahead and add the legs, or one of the legs. Seems a little on the short side, but hopefully once we add, I don't know, this head right here, we can then get a little bit closer to having Doomsday put together. Now, I'm going to have to put a little bit of pressure, just a little bit of pressure. You know what, I might actually have to do it off screen here. Spot, are you using magic behind the scenes? If I was, would you want to know? We're just going to add a little bit of pressure. Oh, it's really tight. I don't know why it's such a very large ball joint. Do we have to be so generous with the ball joint, Mattel? I don't think the head was really going to go anywhere, and yet we have to be so... Hold on a second, hold on. Apply a little bit of pressure. A little bit of pressure. Oh, I can't get this. Hold on. Talk amongst yourselves. There we go. There we go. That was a struggle, let me tell you. But that's going to be roughly... what the Doomsday is going to look like, minus, of course, one leg, two arms. You get roughly about the same sort of idea of his design. We'll put him to the side. All right, so let's have a look at Armored Batman, and I love a Batman that falls over. Well, actually, I do love Batman. I love this figure quite a bit. He seems like he's a little on the short side, but you can kind of overlook that aspect of him. He is a glorious, glorious piece of plastic. He does come with a weapon, and it will only actually fit in one hand. And when I say it kind of fits in his hand, the honest truth of the matter is it doesn't fit in his hand very well at all. The higher you put it up onto his hand, the better. It sits a little bit more secure. But if you apply any sort of pressure to it, it gets loose and it falls out of his hand. So it has to sit kind of right at the top there, kind of sorta right at the top there. And then it seems secure enough if you want to, it won't fall out. Let's start at the top. Let's work our way down. His face is awesome. Just glorious, glorious Batman in armor. I love that face sculpt. Well, other than just saying awesome through this entire review, I could just, for the next 5 minutes, say awesome, awesome, awesome. Awesome. Oh, awesome. 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 Oh, awesome. 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 Oh, awesome. But I won't do that. won't be one of those people that just say, let's see how cool this guy really is. No. But Batman is a pretty cool looking figure. I like the different colors that they've incorporated into him, that he's not just all one standalone gray. No, there's other grays in there, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. There's lighter grays, there's more blue-based grays, and then there's even darker versions or somewhat more gray versions of that blue-based gray as well. The feet somewhat can cause a problematic accomplishment, though they are sculpted nicely, can somewhat remedy, or I suppose add to Batman's inability to stand. Get him in the right place, he's not an issue, but the treads, meaning that they don't sit completely flat, sometimes, at least on a fabric backdrop, he does tip over. Now watch me talk about that, and he's not going to fall over at all. Well done, Spot, well done. The coloring also I like on his cape, although the blue doesn't go with anything. It's just its own primary blue. Definitely not the same coloring of his head, which again is a glorious, glorious spectacle. Posability on Batman. His head does rotate. Does also hinge up and down. It kind of reminds me of RoboCop, the way he's got that grimace in his face. Like a RoboCop, Judge Dredd sort of feel to it. The arms rotate all the way around. They do also hinge out, but really only to about there. That's as much as you're really going to get from it. He does also have a rotation on the arms. Now the rotation is right underneath the lip of the shoulder plate, where the arms do rotate that way. He does have a bend in the elbow, although only by a little bit. Only in petite right there. The hands also do rotate. You'd be very surprised to physically get this guy in hand because his torso is a rubbery plastic. I feel as it would have been just a solid chunk of plastic, but maybe that was their workaround of using, say for example, a master's torso. They just basically molded an overlay. NECA does this a lot from time to time. They'll do like a rubbery, basically like something that caps over top of the torso underneath. It saves a lot easier than them having to retool a brand new torso. You're simply just adding things over top of it. And I feel like that's what's happened with Batman, as this is all soft rubber. This is like a rubbery plastic here as well. Then you get to the legs, a forward and back motion. They split out. There is what appears to be no swivel cut on the thigh, although you can rotate the lower boot portion. He has a hinge in the knee, and he also has a hinge, and not really so much an ankle pivot, but the feet do hinge up and down. This will be paired perfectly with the Robin that we will be looking at soon in these video reviews. It will also be paired perfectly with the Superman that we already had a look at. If you haven't watched those videos, by all means, go check them out. Spot did the Dark Knight Returns Superman as well. Great figure, and I'm going to put this guy on display with him. And he's also going to be perfect with the Mutant Leader, which his review will be somewhere right around the corner. I can't say it's right around the corner, but it's somewhat right around the corner, if that means anything, and I almost dropped them. Today's toy spot, though, we were having a look at a fantastic looking Batman. Awesome. So awesome. He also came with an awesome gun. And in the process, we're also slightly building, and almost building, a relatively awesome Doomsday. I'm still I haven't finalized my thoughts of what I think of the figure. I'm not going to do that until I get everything put together. Sounds to me like a segue. It is a segue. There's segue for more videos. More videos are heading your way, guys. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Awesome.